live.
And bam, we are live. So what is going on, guys? We are back for the 35th edition of the JA motherfucking movie news.
What?
And we have quite the list of topics. So let's just go ahead and dive in here. So the first topic that we're going to talk about is none other than Tom Holland's upcoming Spider-Man film, which is Spider-Man: Homecoming. Apparently, is the title. And what are your thoughts about the current title that we got and the logo here, which is apparently official to start with?
I really don't like the title personally. The logo I think is perfect. I mean, it reminds me of the older cartoon series, and there's one cartoon series that came out called the Spectacular Spider-Man. I think that Spectacular above that, and then just a semicolon Homecoming, that would have been perfect. I would have had no problem with that. I think they should have just made it Spectacular Spider-Man. I think I understand why they're going to use Homecoming, but I mean, I honestly was not for the title personally. That's me.
Yeah, I am. I don't know. First off, I'm not crazy about I'm not crazy about either one, to be honest with you. Like at the current time, I keep staring at this logo. I keep thinking about the title. I mean, I will give them one thing. Like the title, the Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The first lines is this is going to be the start of making it right or some bullshit. Something similar to that. I can't remember exactly what it was. So I'm getting that kind of vibe to this. The first lines of Star Wars: Force Awakens, where it's like it's Spider-Man Homecoming, him sort of literally homecoming to the MCU. I mean, I guess there's that, but outside of that, it just inherently sounds whack. Like it just it looks whack. The logo, for me personally, at the current time, it just kind of reminds me of like a Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of. Any other thoughts on that before we move on for that? There's one other angle I want to touch on with the Spider-Man thing.
I mean, under Roos, I mean, the dude was awesome in Civil War, but I mean, come on, y'all could come out with a better title than
that. What do you think about it sort of being like, hey, it's him kind of coming back to MCU? Or
I think that I honestly do feel like that is the underlying joke of it. But it would have been justified if it had its own self-serving title. So it's like you're going to name every single movie from this franchise Spider-Man then something, Spider-Man then something, instead of Spectacular Spider-Man and then be like, I don't know. I don't have any more thoughts about it. I just think that stupid. But I understand why they did it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Also, what they did with the O and coming, like I don't know if they should be doing that with the kids. Anyway, the second part of what I want to talk about with Spider-Man Homecoming here is there's this really big rumor going around right now that Michael Keaton might actually be a major bad guy in the upcoming Spider-Man Homecoming film. So I guess my thoughts on this, I've been thinking about this for quite some time. And on one level, I mean, if he truly is being a villain, cool. But personally, for me, I think he would be a perfect Jonah Jameson. Like, literally perfect. I know me and a buddy of mine, we were, like, debating, like, oh, what if he's, like, Vulture, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not too jazzed about it. Like, if he's a villain, fine. But I'd rather him see him as, like, a Jonah Jameson. Your thoughts?
It's definitely looked like he's gonna be a villain, unfortunately. I didn't think about the prospect of him be Jonah Jameson. I think that'd be perfect. I think that he would be a great Jonah Jameson, to be quite honest with you. But I mean, his acting ability and then just his ferocity, he could actually be a pretty good Vulture too, from an aerodynamic standpoint, a visual standpoint. And I mean, he's a great actor. It'd be interesting to see where they take his character in general. And not just that, the thing is, like, I feel like Marvel and DC are trading hands because it's been already announced that J. Jonah Jameson himself, J.K. Simmons is going to be Commissioner Gordon for the Justice League. And now, just today, William Dafoe is going to be also a character in the JLA now. So now they got 2 Spider-Man people, and now they're about to bring Batman over to.
yeah. I heard about that. Yeah. Interesting. So I guess before we move on, any final thoughts on Michael Keaton possibly being a villain? Personally, if he's a villain, great. I mean, he's a fantastic actor. But personally, is he not a perfect Jonah Jameson? But you?
Yeah, I mean, same. Honestly, I think that he's gonna knock it out of the park either way because he's just that kind of a class act actor. But it'll be curious to see where they're gonna go with it. I'm not sure yet.
All right, and let's move on to our second topic, which I cannot believe that people have been freaking the fuck out about this. But let's get on to it though, since this is hot off the press. So Elizabeth Banks is officially going to be cast as this Rita person in the upcoming live-action 2017 Power Rangers film. And this is an exclusive first look of her in character mode for that film. Unfortunately, I have not brushed up on my Power Rangers history in quite some time. So let me pull up the article that this first dropped from, or site I should say, which is from people.com. Rita Repulsa is the villain's name. Banks, I've never played the villain before. Adding world domination and being unpredictable as a character, I guess, is her kind of descriptions of who she's playing at the current time. First, yeah, my memory it's pretty shoddy with Power Rangers. I guess she's gonna be a big baddie, but I'm kind of indifferent about it. I'm just sort of like meh, but I'm kind of just like meh about the whole project. Yourself?
All right, so how do I say this without sounding like a dork? I remember when the first episode of Power Rangers came out. And I remember the day that I literally stopped, which was, I think, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, or either, I don't know, their Space Adventures, one or the other. But up until that point, I loved Power Rangers. And one of their first villains was Rita Repulsa, Lord Zed, all the kind of the classic villains. And when I heard about Elizabeth Banks being casted as Rita Repulsa, I was like, you know what? She could do it. Because her character in Hunger Games is basically that character anyway, without all the melodrama of being an evil person. But I actually like this look, to be quite honest with you. I've been keeping up with the young cast. The guy that was in Earl, Meet Earl and the Dying Girl, the black guy, Earl, he's actually playing, I think, the black guy. He's actually playing the character Billy, if I'm not mistaken. But in general, I'm actually all for what they're trying to do. I even saw the logo. It's actually pretty interesting. But in general, I mean, I like the look. I don't have any real problem with it. I thought it was going to look so cheesy. So being a fan, I'm curious to see where they're going to go with it. I'm still on the fence, though, if it's going to be actually any good.
Okay. And one thing I want to bring up for people who are just like me, who read the Repulsa, don't remember that motherfucker. I just did a quick Google search and just like literally waves of nostalgic memory just came back. Okay. Apparently the Elizabeth Banks is going to be filling in the role of this character, all right, from Power Rangers, which I totally fucking blanked out on. And oh, well, there she is, right there, once again. From this to that, I mean, okay. I don't know. I guess it's just like I'm just not that interested in the Power Rangers upcoming film, period. I mean, maybe I'll see the first trailer and be like, oh my god, it's incredible, but right now I'm just like, it's kind of like something I'll forget by tomorrow.
Yeah.
To be honest. But any final thoughts on that topic before we move on?
I mean, I'm just excited that the fact that they're actually making a live action version. Well, I'm gonna be curious to see if they're gonna take these characters and bring them back on TV, and then because I think it, from a marketing standpoint, if they actually made a movie and then brought these kids to a TV show between time and then bring them back for another movie, that they could have like a lucrative market back, and they could just really kind of erase all this trash Power Rangers shows that are out right now. But that's my final thought.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just dive into the next topic here, which has to deal with my main boy, Mr. James Cameron. Let me see if I can't. All right. So I think just recently, the past few days, James Cameron has officially revealed that not only is Avatar 2 coming out in 2018, but this motherfucker was like, fuck it. Not only are we making Avatar 2, we're making Avatar 2, 3, and 4. And there was a brand new logo, which I might try to pull really quick, that they made, I guess, for the series or this saga, I guess, whatever the hell this is going to be. But let me pull up some official information really quick, because I'm blanking out on the specific years. I know the story kind of broke on the Hollywood Reporter, but let's see here. So Avatar 2, Christmas of 2018, and then a new film in 2020, 2022, and 2023. The original 2009 film earned $2.8 billion worldwide. I've spoken to great lengths about this, so I'll keep my comments a bit short, but your thoughts on this?
In terms of him saying that he's going to be coming out with 4 movies, and I haven't seen or heard of any confirmation of the date when they're actually starting the production on just the second one. We've had the conversations about this already. I loved the first movie. I really did. I just didn't want to wait another 10 to 12 years for the next one. And that's what it looks like is about to happen. If it ends up being that the second one won't come out until 2018, like, bro, I just can't. I mean, I talked to some people. They were like, dude, I'm excited.
At the current time, I just want to add, at the current time, that really is like the official, it's coming in 2018.
So it's officially 2018. Man, that sucks.
Yeah. This is not a rumor situation, unless James Cameron decides to wake up tomorrow and go, "Oh, fuck up 2020, my bad." But no, these are like official statements.
It's
sadly
so long, bro. That hurts me, man. Like I really was just hoping for a 2017. They never did officially confirm that. I'm excited for the film, but at this point, it's lost its steam in my heart. All honesty, like I'm excited for it, but then at the same time, like I don't have that, that feeling of anticipation. Maybe when I see the first trailer, something's gonna change. But don't be talking to me about 4 movies. You haven't brought me anything in 10 years. That's what I'm saying. And I don't even know how old James is. Like, how this ninja gonna live to make it? I mean, anything's possible. Anything is really possible. I pray he makes it to that. But I don't know. I'm on the fence with the whole thing.
Well, to answer your last part there, James Cameron at the current time is 61.
Good gosh.
But I guess I did a whole video on this, but I guess my short thoughts are, I love Avatar 1. I gave it a 10 out of 10. There's probably nothing more for me to add there. But so I am freaking out with excitement for the sequels. I cannot wait for Avatar 2. I think it's going to be a smash hit, obliterate everything in its path. However, first off, this motherfucker's waited way too long. He was talking about, oh, we're getting ready to film in the next few months back in like 2011. All right. So he's been taking way too long. Also, I think it's overkill. Like, just being like, oh, there's 4 more movies coming despite all the delays. Like, that's just a little bit hard to defend.
That's just ridiculous, man.
If we were in court, James, this would be really fucking hard to defend, my brother. You had better meet this this date straight up.
Yeah, I mean, there's no option with it for me. Like, if he does it, dude, I don't care. Like, I really wouldn't care. Like, I really want to. That's the sad thing.
So you're saying if he doesn't meet the date, then you're just done?
If he doesn't make it to 2018 and he pushes it to 2019, like, bro, I mean, it'll just be another movie for me. It's not gonna be that amazing experience that I've been waiting for. Because that's the same thing that happened with me for Sin City. Like, I was hyped for Sin City the first 3 years, and after that, by the time the new one came out, I didn't give a daggone about that. Be quite real. So that's the sad thing.
Okay. And one thing I did want to share with people is the brand new logo as well. The Sweeten the Pot with the film actually coming, which was released on their Facebook here. This brand new logo. This is actually official and it is new. So for the, I guess, a visual stamp for the upcoming films, if you will. But just make the fucking deadline, James. Any final thoughts before we move on from that?
Nah, bro. Look, I'll be like Riley off of Boom Dice. You gonna pay what you owe, James. You gonna pay what you owe. If you don't come with that quickness, oh boy, I'm a rat.
All right. Well, let's dive into our next topic here, which at the current time, let me see. Pokemon movie rights bidding war is going on as China's Legendary makes big play for what the hell happened? What am I reading? Anyway, basically, there's a big bidding war going on for like a live action Pokemon film upcoming. And I'll dive more into details that I just butchered here in the next few seconds. But I guess just off the cuff, just with that just alone, what are your thoughts of possible future live-action Pokemon film?
Well, for being a person that was a Digimon fan,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I actually I think that's going to be a really interesting market if they corner it. Like if they legitimately come out with like a great visual, a great story, and like a great production, I think that they could corner the market, man. Like they could. There's so many different implications to them making a live action Pokemon movie. They could extend it for years to come because unlike Dragon Ball Z, where you have to have it a certain kind of style. I mean, all they have to do is worry about making sure that the Pokemon are authentic. They have real personality. The visual immersion from a cinematic standpoint looks great. I mean, the rest of it is just having the kids like have an impactful story. So I think that they have a lot of room to go with that. I mean, it's definitely going to make some money if they do it right.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I did want to read one thing here. There's some official information for the peeps. A top secret auction for film rights to the Pokemon franchise is nearing completion, with Thomas Toll's Legendary Entertainment attempting to nudge aside Warner Brothers, which has pursued the property aggressively, according to sources. Sony also is said to be very interested. I think that a live action Pokemon film done right would fucking KO so many franchises. I mean, obviously, if it was done correctly, first off. Yeah. I want to see this. I need to see this. This needs to happen. I feel like this is like inevitable. This isn't like a Silmarillion sort of paradoxical issue, like in terms of a live action film with Mr. Tolkien from Lord of the Rings. But it's nothing like that. I feel like this is very much so like this is inevitable. Like this is coming. It's just a matter of like who's gonna take it, how they're gonna represent it, blah blah blah. But I am really excited. This needs to happen. How it hasn't happened already is sort of a mystery. Especially when you watch like the commercials for the Pokemon, was it Go or whatever? That should just like, for me at least, it makes me imagine like, oh fuck, if there's a live action Pokemon film, oh man, done right, obviously.
Yeah,
it would slay.
Yeah, it'll definitely make that bank, man. They would have so many kids losing it. I mean, not even just kids, adults, man. Like who honestly still doesn't have like their Pokemon deck? if they hadn't sold it for a lot of money. So yeah, it'll make some money for real.
Yeah, I agree. Is there like a dream director that comes to mind for you? And maybe a dream director that comes to mind for a live action Pokemon film for you?
Honestly, man, I'd rather it be an anime director. There's a director, I forget his name. It's not Hayao Miyazaki. He's directed movies such as Summer Wars, Wolf Children. The last one I looked at was The Boy and the Beast. This director, he has such an envisionment of how animals can be depicted. That I would love for him to tackle something like this. If any of y'all know who I'm talking about, put it in the chat. But that would be my dream director. I don't think it needs to be anybody else's right now, but I don't know.
Oh man, dream choice for a live action Pokemon film. I think, shit, off the top of my head, fuck, who would I give it to? I almost my gut reaction is probably just because it's Jungle Book, but I feel like Jon Favreau would do a really great job, or maybe like can't have nobody wacky like Tim Burton. We need someone serious. For some reason, Jon Favreau just keeps screaming to mind at the current time. At least for me personally.
He would be good, but this dude needs to make The Lion King first.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he already has with fucking Jungle Book, but I would go with Jon Favreau just for now.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because
damn, I'd be like, damn, John's doing what? I'd be ready to like, ooh, I'd be so excited. But let's go ahead and dive into our final topic of the night, which is about main man, director Ang Lee. Really fantastic director, Brokeback Mountain, Life of Pi. He also, he did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon as well. I'm not going to name the movie I was about to name, but involved a green person, that movie didn't work. However, I think he's a fantastic filmmaker. And right now, this fool is working on a film that is just melting my brain. Let me tell you about it. It's called Billy Lynn. And apparently this film has been shot at 120 frames per second. Apparently this is supposed to be an adaptation of Ben Fountain's novel about a 19-year-old army private who survives a battle in Iraq. And apparently recently 11 minutes of footage from this film of 4K 3D 120 frames per second footage, 11 minutes was showcased to a lucky audience, and apparently most of them just went fucking nuts about it. People saying like it was awesome, it was unbelievable, so on and so forth. What are your thoughts on a 120 frames per second 3D film from Ang Lee?
I mean, it ain't even so much like what the content is. I mean, just for that scope and quality, bro, that's the future. We've only talked about the possibilities of that as directors. Like, we would love to push the boundaries. He is pushing the envelope. Like, I mean, depending on how this looks, this is going to change the face of movies in general, or the capacity of movies in general moving forward. So for me, it's just innovation, and I'm all about pure innovation. I really want to see what it looks like. I'm really curious. I'm really even curious to see how the 3D will look, because it had to be a different way of actually doing the manipulation of the polarized lens 3D glasses. And I'm not sure how he's gonna do it, but I'm excited for just it as a cinematic standpoint. It might be a really big benchmark milestone in general.
Oh my god, I think this will be huge. I know they were saying that the clip cut back and forth between war scenes, which use the high frame rates for realistic, and some would say a hyper real feel to it visually.
Oh my god!
Saying that it was a way to put the viewer in chilling combat situations, showing the horror of war and the close-ups of the soldiers. Let me see here. some director said, "I'm shaken." That content combined with the technology, it was the most compelling 3D I have ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see another quote. This is all from the Hollywood Reporter as well, by the way. A site that I think is, or source I think is incredibly credible. One person said, "Awesome. This was the worst possible scenario for a screening setup. It was like being there, which I anticipated. It looks like he will be delivering a stunning movie experience. I'm trembling."
Dang.
Just to kind of give you a reason why I brought up this film, Ang Lee's next project. Like, I have shot like a huge bulk of my film videos in 1080 or 720, 60 frames per second. Which, if you go look at those videos, like the motions, how much they're in real time, just the heightened quality. It's just so much more lifelike. And it's like, holy fuck, man! It's like almost looking like I'm looking through my monitor at you through a window. Yeah. So like, imagine my 60 frames per second videos from my camera. Just imagine that bad boy skyrocketing to 4K, 120 frames per second. That, like, it's something I can't even comprehend.
Exactly.
But I am extremely excited about it. I don't know. It seems like it might fail because, Peter Jackson pretty much failed trying to present audiences to his Hobbit movies in like 48 frames per second. Well, most people weren't fucking with that. But if I could drive 4 hours to see this 11-minute clip in 120 frames per second, I would. In 4K 3D, what the fuck? But I'm really excited about it. It's just melting my face off reading about that film. And I would suggest you do as well. But any final thoughts on this final topic before we close out?
Nah, man. I'm just hyped for it. Shoot, man. I don't know. Just the implications alone just kind of leave me shaken. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna end up doing it.
All right, cool. Well, other than that, we are about to close out. Those are the main topics that I just really, really wanted to talk about. We will be wrapping up the final user questions. I mean, it's only been about a week, maybe 2 weeks at most or some shit. So we will finish out your guys' user questions in the next upcoming video. Let us know your thoughts on the topics to this video down below. Also, be wary of this letter I icon in the corner here. If you click it, you'll be able to zap to previous videos like instantaneously, at least like 5 of them anyway. But other than that, it's about to clock out.
Later, y'all. Thanks for joining. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a like below. Definitely subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful sons of bitches.